So what's the story of Amble? Well, the idea came from the desire to create a yarn that would delight sock knitters. I began by asking the question, what is a sock yarn? Can one knit socks in any yarn, any blend, any weight? Of course. But when you ask that question to a die-hard sock knitter, they would all say that the perfect sock yarn had to be a fingering weight. It had to have lots of color options. It needed to be easy to care for, very comfortable, and hard wearing. So armed with this input, I set out to create a sock yarn for enthusiastic sock knitters. I tried many different blends. I experimented with fibers like mohair, alpaca, and silk, all known for their strength. And wool was in all the blends because it has so many comfort properties. But when I'd have a sample, I'd send it out to a core team of sock knitters. They were all very eager to test what we would come up with for a sock yarn. And their responses were always very enthusiastic about the yarns themselves, but there weren't any thumbs up for these yarns as being great for socks. And it all boiled down to two reasons. They weren't machine washable, and there wasn't any nylon in the blend. I didn't want to use superwash. This is the traditional type of wool that's used to make yarn machine washable, but it uses this chlorine treatment process that is not very good for wastewater. And equally, I wasn't thrilled about using a non-biodegradable yarn fiber like nylon. So I went back into research mode. And what eventually I came up with was the idea of using recycled nylon. And then about the same time that I discovered recycled nylon, the R&D team at the mill where we wanted to spin the sock yarn came up with a way of making both wool and alpaca machine washable without using the chlorine process. So with these two possibilities, we had the makings of what would ultimately become Amble.